Dear sisters, I am reaching out to you as a former disciple and spiritual leader, once the organizer of my city. At this moment, I can no longer be an organizer of the great knowledge that helps all people of the earth. However, I would like to share with you my spiritual experience, which, I believe, may help you understand why people stray from the spiritual path and begin to criticize the Force. Unfortunately, due to their own weaknesses and personal degradation. Before joining the school, I had never practiced esotericism or healing, nor had I ever conducted any classes. I was not particularly interested in these things. I came with pain in my heart, hoping to save my family life, and the school gave me everything. It taught me, helped me advance on my path, develop my abilities, and resolve all my life's problems. My spiritual journey began with a tantric event, after which I immediately received the blessing to become the leader of my city. At that moment, I thought, who am I to help others and lead them to events? But the Force saw my gift of helping others and guided me in every possible way to reveal it. My desire to grow and become a healer of my lineage was very strong. I did my best to complete all the tasks and assist others in any way I could. The Force led me and constantly taught me. I would never have been able to conduct classes and help people on my own. Every spark of inspiration was solely the merit of the school and the knowledge it had imparted to me. Soon, I learned to lead my first classes, invite women to events and retreats, and within just 6 months, my group had grown to 15 happy women. A year later, 30 women gathered at each class. I still can't believe it. It feels like a miracle, and it is only possible when you become a leader of the great school and apply all the knowledge in practice, without doubting whether you will succeed or not. You simply help people. I was amazed at how many changes and transformations the simplest women's practices and group sessions brought into their lives, how they healed from all women's ailments. Now I understand that all of this happened thanks to their openness to the great knowledge and the egregore, which instantly transforms a person when they are open to the Force. I myself continued to practice spiritual techniques every day. I noticed how my well-being improved with each passing day. I couldn't help but share the miracles that were happening to me and my family. My relationship with my husband, which had been on the verge of collapse, moved to a new stage, as if a honeymoon had begun, and I met him again. We came alive in love for each other. My daughter was accepted into a prestigious college and found a high-paying job, earning 3 times more than before. I myself achieved tremendous success in my professional field as a teacher. I was invited to exhibitions, symposiums, and special government meetings, which I used as opportunities to invite people to my group. This, perhaps, was another key to success. My group kept growing because I never missed a chance to invite a woman if she was open to attending the sessions. And often, even ordinary women who had never been involved in spiritual development would join. I felt a deep responsibility for the people who needed guidance in their growth. The pace of my own development accelerated even more. With each passing day, I connected more deeply to the egregore, and even greater force and wisdom were granted to me. After 3 years, I attended every event, every retreat, every tour, and my group continued to expand. Even my extraordinary abilities began to unfold. Intuition, clairvoyance, clairsentience, and healing skills. But at a certain turning point, I slowly started identifying with the privileges, with the constant praise from my mentors. I began to think that the women in my circle were my women. I took pride in being the best organizer in the region. Pride grew within me. I convinced myself that all the knowledge I had gained was mine, that I no longer needed the school, and that I could become an independent healer. I thought that now I could hold my own events, lead my own sessions, and offer personal practices where I could easily earn more money, buy a house, a car, and solve my personal financial issues. I left the school, setting out on my own path. But along with that, I lost the support and protection of the egregore. As a result, with every class, every personal event, and every individual session, I began to take on the karma of others. Yet somewhere deep inside, I knew I was doing something wrong. I had lost the most valuable thing in life, the protection and guidance of the higher forces, my mentors, and the school. I started losing my sense of purpose, sinking deeper and deeper into my own selfishness. Things only got worse. I completely forgot my true goal, to help people. I stopped practicing spiritual techniques regularly and lost my connection to the force. Thoughts crept into my mind that now I could earn more money on my own, whereas before, I had to share with the force and my mentors for charitable causes. Pride, selfishness, and an inflated sense of self-importance suffocated me. But I refused to see it and kept running from this inner pain. But life had its own way of catching up with me. I couldn't even remember the last time I had prayed or repented. Instead of self-reflection, I spent my days glorifying myself. I no longer cared about people or their suffering. I continued to feed my own ego. Conflicts, arguments, and pointless quarrels arose between my husband and me, disrupting our family. Seeing this, my daughter became deeply withdrawn and soon fell ill with an incurable disease that doctors were unable to treat. Over time, God showed me that I was committing a terrible sin, deceiving and robbing people, using their money for my own personal gain. My home was robbed. My husband left. I was left alone with my sick daughter. Dear ones, my story serves as a lesson. A true spiritual leader is someone who helps others. Their greatest duty is to selflessly serve people, lead them to wise events, retreats, and ultimately bring them closer to God. But now, having realized my mistake and repented for my actions and thoughts, I am ready to start again from the very beginning. I am prepared to go through every trial once more, from the very first step, so that I never make such terrible mistakes again and dedicate myself to serving people until the very end.
In our extreme times, when the fate of the entire planet is at stake, it is crucial for the knowledge of angels and benevolent spirits to spread as quickly as possible, globally, and reach thousands of people. In this way, we can change the future of all humanity. Which is why we are addressing you, dear soul of light. Spread the knowledge about our wise books and films. Share links to videos or cartoons. All of this is available and free. Invite women to individual practices, webinars, and seminars. And the Great Spirit of Light will help you and your family. It will direct an enormous amount of energy to fulfill all your desires. Benevolent spirits and angels will assist you and your loved ones in all matters. A thread of light and love extends from your heart to the hearts of thirsty women, and the creation of good and the dissemination of enlightened knowledge throughout the world begins. Become part of the mission of light. Help people, and God will help you.